Basically, me and my friend came across this really random myth game that's recent. So we decided, well, I decided to become a myth hunter, kinda, I don't know, and study the myth. And this myth has like become half of my thought process. I have not had any like breathing space because of this stupid tree, so I'm gonna be talking about it. Basically, the myth is called the Forest Watcher. I'll put a link to their profile in the description. But their account was born on the 9th of August, 2025. They have their own like myth group called Forest Trusters with 95 current members and have three ranks: the Oak, which is us or the members, the Extended Branches, which is I don't know, and the Tree, which is Mr. Forest. And underneath their bio, it's in Morse code, but it says you will be observed by Mother translated. And now onto the story.
So we're not about to address the elephant in the room? What are you talking about? Okay, fine, my ex and I were getting back together. Oh no!
Okay, so scattered around the map, there's five Morse codes, and I translated and I translated them. Some might be more clear than others. There's one up at the side of spawn that says I skinned them alive with razors, which I don't think I need to know, but I digress. Now, there are few bodies around the map, and one alive person, Lucas, who's seen crying over what seems to be Crystal's dismembered body. If you walk over the dismembered body, you will see the name tag, and it says Crystal, so that's where I got it. So we can assume that either the force is restricted or abandoned due to the grass or whatever the black quicksand things are growing in the cabins and all around it. It could also be a campsite due to the fact it has a typical campfire and a few cabins are scouts, so I don't know. Next is near the cabin. I mentioned cabin quite a few times. Now, to be very specific for this one, I'm going in order. There's multiple cabins, and I'm going in order again. And there's multiple cabins in this game, but I refer to the first one we hit once you pass spawn point or near spawn, directly in front of the house. I'm being very specific, I know, but it's because there's another codes in front of the campfire, the main campfire, I think. This one says the pilot has died drowning forever as a vessel. Now, it leads us to the first question. Who is the pilot? Well, I have an answer. Because the myth answered my question. Let's go. Anyways, the pilot is William, not to be mixed up with William Afton. No other thing on that, but the vessel point as like a part of my theory. It could be a vessel is something that contains something, or it can be a ship or a boat. But I hardly doubt that William is a boat. So we can assume that the pilot or William is drowning in an eternal hell. Or it could be that the original William is stuck and there's another William up there posing as William because of the vessel point, but I digress. The next few codes are I love when they cried for their dad mothers, which I'm going to assume is dead mothers because of mistranslation. I don't know. Mothers or a mother is mentioned quite a lot to do with this myth. This code was found on the hill when you turn right after the cabin up front where Alexander is. Also where Jacob is in a very dire situation. The code in front of the cabin, the one with eyes, and Alexander says the Sandman took their eyes, all of them, which is true. There are eyes all over the cabin. Then who is Sandman? I sadly don't have the answer for that. But the Sandman is not Force Watchers. They said no. And answered another one of my questions. Let's go. But we don't know who Sandman is. Well, maybe we do, but I don't. The code in front of the campfire is backwards, I think. This one was actually really confusing. I couldn't get anything out of it. But the words I could get out of it are mother and corpses. If you do it better than me, like, I don't know, drop it in the comments. I have a whole doc on this shit, bro. Right, that's all the codes that might correlate with the story. Now, I'm only a beginner myth hunter. I should say this a lot so someone doesn't, like, strangle me. But this myth was easy to communicate with and just difficult to ask questions. Like, this myth barely answered, any of my questions. And I was like, it's either they'd either not see your question at all or they just ignore it. Obviously, myths can do that. But, like, it's just, like, I don't know, it's kind of annoying. And I don't know if this is, like, the tree's ways of, like, doing tours or something like that. But I'm telling you, for 2 freaking days straight, 10 plus hour each day, they've been, like, doing, like, these tours in quotation marks. And I've been trying to find peace where I can like, explore the map and stuff like that, find any other things that I'm missing. But then I run into someone. So someone joins and then the tree joins, and I'm not going to have peace at all, because if someone else joins, the tree will come, and it's genuinely like I feel paranoid whenever I'm in the game now. So like, can the tree low-key add private servers? There's also a cave. There's nothing much to say about the cave. There is quicksand or whatever it is that like kills you, and you can't jump over it. I tried like a million of times, and Mr. Forrest kept telling me to go in, despite me saying I can't go in. So that was fun. And the cave isn't Mother, but Mother is inside the cave, if you get what I mean. I don't know what that says. But I haven't met Mother yet because I can't travel the cave. But there's also one of the cabins if you turn right, I think. And there's one cabin up. I think it's isolated, but there's a cabin there. And if you go inside, there's like a really like, look, it's so obvious, but there's like a crack that you can face through. It's not matching the texture of the carpet, so you'll easily find it. It's like a secret room, which the myth told me that they used to kill their victims, so that was really fun. Now to summarize. Everything I've really said. So the account was made on the 9th of August, 2025. They have their own community. They have their own community called the Forest Trusters, which might be worth joining, your choice, remember. And now onto the theories. Lucas and Crystal might be related in some way due to the fact that Lucas is crying over her. I wouldn't... Well, okay, maybe we have some really empathetic people in this world that'll cry over a random person's body, but I am going to assume that Lucas and Crystal are either siblings or something like that. And 2, the constant mentions of mothers through the Morse codes, that the tree might be Mother. Again, I don't agree with this this theory, but I just made it on the spot because the mother tree term. But I don't agree with this fact because Mr. Forrest said that Mother is inside the cave. So if Mother is inside the cave, that would mean that the tree can't be Mother because the tree's not inside the cave, if you know what I mean. Anyways, back onto the tree is Mother / not, but trees can be associated with mothers in general, like branches and leaves can represent children, etc. Mostly with the term mother tree, as I said. It could be a metaphor for the forest watcher taking care of the forest, as mothers take care of their children. I don't have any other things to say about that. 3, William is the pilot and is stuck in an eternal hell / cycle / loop while his body is being used in the Earth's surface, maybe. And this is taken from the vessel code. Um, 2 wishes and a star. Yes. What I really enjoyed about the myth so far is I actually am not sure, due to the fact the myth has brought me through so much pain, and I've been losing sleep because of this. But I guess I really like the Morse codes because I don't know, it made me feel smart. I don't like anything else. Well, all jokes aside, the Morses were fun. So I hand it to you, Mr. Forrest. It was good. Another star is the ambience. Look, I found the game really I don't know, scary, I guess. Not scary, but I found it really creepy. And how I found this whole thing, how I fell into this whole rabbit hole was because this game came up in my feed, 0 players, no one. I go in and then a few people start joining and I'm like, oh my god, what is this? Me and my friend are playing together. So this is because before I had Bible study, and basically me and my friend were playing together, and then the developer of the game comes in, and I didn't know it was a myth at the time. I was like, okay, this all happened in a day, by the way. And basically we're just playing the game together. The myth joins in. I'm like, what the hell? Starts killing everyone. I have been killed more than 2 times by this myth, I promise you. And I was scared shitless because the ambience and the stuff, but the camera is also placed kind of weirdly, so it can add to it or be a bit of an annoyance if you're a mobile player like me. But it was like dark and warm and creepy with like no sound minus crickets and also like your foot stomping. So I give another star to Mr. Forest, I guess. Ha 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 ha. Now I wish I hate everything about the game. Okay, so I can't compliment the game and then rant on it, but I actually hate the game with every bone, every fiber. Like it upset every bone, every fiber, every skin in my human like system. I never I ever felt so disappointed and so like disregarded like in my life. I like to pick this tree, Mr. Forest, and throw it across the Pacific Ocean. I'm telling you now. The map has like many cracks, and what I mean by cracks, I mean that you can escape it pretty fast. There's like nothing like blocking anything, so you can walk off the map if you like. And since the map is really dark and the flashlight is shite, you cannot see, so guaranteed you will like run into something and be stuck there, and like me, be scared for like 2 minutes wondering what is going on. So I was just like, maybe it could be replaced with rocks or something blocking it to prevent me from falling off the map. Again, I'm a beginner hunter, so I can't like say I can't say anything. And I'm also a mobile player, so take my words either harshly or lightly. The myth itself, I guess you could see in the community posts in the community that some people are saying to stop the admin abuse. Now, okay, let me tell you something. I like the admin abuse. It's funny, it's silly, it's funky. And I feel like the myth is very like, how do I say this? They're very like easy to kind of like, I don't know, communicate with, as I said before. Like I told the tree a 6-7 joke. It was all fun and joke. So like it's half a star, half a wish. But I do wish that sometimes the tree would be like half like serious, like at least at some point, so I can like have like a better like theory on the video. Actually, how would the myth do proper tours? Because it's a tree. And it's also called the Forest Watcher. I mean, I'll find a way. But again, as I said, I would like the myth to act like a myth. I'm not saying this to be like mean or anything. The admin abuse is funny. It's very, how do I say this, modern. I guess the myth is taking a lot from the fact that, oh yeah, like it's 2025, brain rot is around, admin abuse is a thing on Saturdays and Sundays and Mondays apparently, and Tuesdays. But I am actually really interested in this myth. As I said, this myth took like half of my like thinking space. Like I could not think straight, to the point I actually started like studying this game in class. I genuinely, like, this tree genuinely brought me some sort of thinking pain, and I hate thinking. So the fact that I had to think in order to produce this video as well is also tiring, and everything is tiring, and the tree just PMO. Like, I do want to get to know the myth better and the lore, because I said I had my theories, and the theories might be really shit. So like, I want the I'd like the okay. So we have an +1. Anyways, I'd like the tree to be serious, but this doesn't really mean that me and that stupid tree are friends. But it is funny, and. But I think the tree is very funny, but we're not. That tree just needs to burn. Like, but anyways, the tree is funny, but I just want this. Like, I feel like the story could really bloom. Like, it has this kind of thing. Like, I'm interested in the mother thing and all. And since I'm a mobile player. I do everything mobile. I edit as I'm doing this. I write. Everything's on the phone. So on my cracked little device, you can tell that like the decoding the Morse code was a painful experience that I really don't want to I really don't want to crash out about right now. I had to physically type in each dot each like break, each dash, and it was genuinely the most stressful experience of my life. I missed dinner because I was doing this code. Like I genuinely was going insane. And I feel like adding on to another one of my theory, if the force is restricted, can we like add some caution tape to it so the tree isn't like the force looks like it's not supposed to be entered, bro. So, and I might have missed out on something, but I don't know. So yeah. Anyways, me and that tree. So like, if the tree's watching this, can you low-key accept my like friend request? I have many more questions to ask this goddamn tree. So, Mr. Forrest, hit me up, please. I'm free half of the time, please. And other than that, that's it.